guys, according to statistics, school is where you do most of your learning. It's also where you meet about 70% of the people that you hate. I just made up those statistics, but they seemed pretty real in my head. So I want to share with you my survival guide for high school based on things that I actually learned from experiences I actually had. Tip 1. If you're taking some sort of media arts or digital art class, don't scan your butt in the scanner, because odds are you're going to break it, and it's expensive to replace. You know your school has the oldest scanners in history, and they're not easy to replace. Luckily, when it happened to me, I only had to replace the glass part, and that most of the glass didn't even go in my butt. Actually, none of the glass went in my butt. That's always great. But yes, when I was in media arts class, I decided it would be a great idea to scan my butt. My butt fell through that glass faster than Honey Boo Boo downing a batch of chicken nuggets. Tip number 2. If you're sitting at the back of the class, doing handstands and balancing chairs on your face, it's not gonna get you very far. Frankly, if you're gonna do a handstand at the back of the class, you're probably gonna fall into neighboring desks. And it's gonna hurt a lot and disrupt everything, which is the easiest way to get kicked out of French class. Just wanted to share that with you. Don't do it. For some reason, when I was in grade 9 in French class, I thought that I was the best at doing handstands and balancing things on my face. And I just had to do it in class, and I don't know why. It was like a compulsion that whenever the French teacher started speaking French, I had to start walking on my hands. And one day, I fell over and knocked over at least 3 desks. It was like a domino effect of knowledge. Tip number 3. You know, I feel that you should be able to be as creative as you want to be in arts class, but you should probably avoid making art of dead horses. Let's just say my teacher wasn't very impressed with my dead horse. It's gonna weird a lot of people out. I think my teacher liked horses. Tip number 4, which I've kinda already shared in a Dare Matt G video. If your whole class is looking at the same Wikipedia page, it's not a good idea to change all the information to a penis and have everybody refresh at once. That's a one-way ticket to not learning geography that day. You'll be asked to leave. Tip number whatever tip number it is. When you're in class, more specifically peer tutoring, you probably shouldn't take all of your clothes off and ask people to check you for ticks, whether you're covered in ticks or not. That's more of a thing that takes place in the bathroom. Apparently I wasn't aware, but I guess these are just facts. If you want to hear more about this story, you can click this link right here. On a completely different, unrelated, fully clothed note, your teacher always knows when you're sleeping. You can put your head down behind any book. She's still gonna know. Especially when you're in college and you're falling asleep on the equipment in front of the teacher. My favorite part about this happening was that nobody woke me up, and I was definitely snoring and drooling all over the switcher board. So thanks guys if you're watching this, because that actually happened. I've completely lost track of all the tip numbers. Don't cut your hair in the middle of class. School, more specifically careers and civics class, is not a barbershop, no matter how hard you try to make it one. In grade 10, I don't know why, but I just would not let anybody cut my hair, and it got so long that the back looked like a ridiculous mullet, and for some reason I felt like the time to cut it was right in the middle of class. And the worst part is I didn't even try to clean it up, it just fell on the floor and that's where it stayed. I don't even want to know what the janitor thought that was. She probably saw the hair and thought something like, "Oh, those damn kids are shaving a tiny horse's balls in class. This looks like Nicki Minaj's shower. There's more hair here than a well-aged grizzly's asshole. It looks like a Yeti's dick exploded in here." I don't know why I gave her that voice. She was a very nice lady. I did make that class look good. Well, I guess the proper wording would be, I made my hair look good in that class, and also didn't learn anything. Rocking out in your didgeridoo in the middle of class probably isn't going to impress a lot of your teachers, even though it should. I have totally forgotten how to play this. No matter how much you think your teachers want to hear it, they don't really want to hear your impression of a whale/dinosaur all the time. What'd you think? See, nobody really cares for it. And if you're gonna join a school club, make sure you join the one that involves picking garbage out of the recycling, because it has the least amount of work. Where could I be in this picture? Something you can try in school though is walking by your friend's classroom and staring at them until you make mad eye contact with them. And then as soon as they look at you, you scoot out of vision. And something else you can try to make your school year go a lot easier is just generally being nice to everybody around you without judgment. If everybody did that, school would have been a lot easier when I went. Alright, and now for your enjoyment, I present to you grade 9 math. I'm not sure why they let a 4-year-old into high school. So anyway, I hope you learned from my high school experience. You can use these tips and tricks in your everyday school life. If you want to see what I'm up to in my everyday life outside of YouTube, you can check out my second channel. I upload a lot of things there sometimes. I also have a Facebook and Twitter. There'll be a link down there in the description. And this Friday around 5 o'clock, I'm going to do a live show on younow.com/mattg124. So you can go check that out if you want to come hang out with me. That's just about everything. I'll see you guys on Friday.